This is a great example of how we've worked with the community of a need here to create some community space, some green space, some space where people can not just walk from store to store, but sit and talk and enjoy a conversation, some cup of coffee. And we're so excited that the company came together with University of Kentucky and with our Division of Planning and really worked together to find something that would be an awesome pilot project, if you will, to see how we could create some awesome spaces here on Southland Drive. So thank you for your willingness to be here and your contribution to this area. It's definitely thriving, and it's on the cusp of going up with some great projects and great ideas. And I appreciate your strong support for the district. So I'm going to turn it over to our Division of Planning for Brandi Preacher.
So the small project of the pop-up is just one piece of a larger project called Retrofitting the Retro. And if you're not familiar, that has been a study over the past year on Southland Drive. It has been a unique experience because it's been an approach to neighborhood planning for the Division of Planning that we haven't done just yet. And I'm excited that we've been partnering with the University of Kentucky. In the fall of 2016, we partnered with the College of Design, School of Interiors, Historic Preservation, along with the Department of Landscape Architecture, who has continued that on this following semester, and you'll learn more about that later. But it's been great because we've gotten to engage the community. The city has been involved through the Division of Planning and through council offices, and we've gotten to vision, have public input, and just dream with the community a little bit. So we challenged the students to look at this corridor in the fall to say, what is the master plan that you could envision for the corridor? There's already many great things going on Southland Drive. I mean, we're inside Gino's right now. It is hustling and bustling. It's prom season, so if you don't see how exciting it is on Southland Drive already, you can see it right in here. But the students, they worked on Southland Drive. They collected data, they hosted community meetings, we had a lunch and learn recently, and it was all to share the ideas of the students of what the corridor could potentially be in the future, building on the exciting energy that's already going on this corridor. And it was a great way to inspire the property owners, the businesses, and the residents of this neighborhood to continue enhancing it. It's worth noting that all the work the students have done up to this point is all purely conceptual, but we hope that it's a springboard for everyone in this community to say, I love that idea, let's take it, let's run with it, and let's see what else we can make happen in this area. So they're a way to explore creative options to our design problems in our communities when we don't have the capacity ourselves to take that on. So I'm very thankful to the university for their continued support as we go through this. If you're interested in learning more about the Retrofitting the Retro bigger project, check out southlandsidewalks.com to learn more. So now you're saying, how did we go from a master plan studio and get to a pop-up? So a pop-up is a very small scale thing. And we challenged the students after they had done this larger master planning class and said, here's a design competition. Tell us what you've learned, these lessons learned, and bring them down to a smaller scale. What would you do if you could only take up a few parking spaces? And how would you engage the residents in this area? How could you start to connect the new planned sidewalks that are on their way and connect people from the sidewalks to the businesses here nearby? So our challenge was activate adjacent to the upcoming sidewalks, adding more pedestrian activity and connecting them to the businesses. So now you're probably asking, what is a pop-up? Some people have asked me that over and over. You hear it called a pop-up, it's a parklet, it's a public space, it's all temporary actually. But the reason that we do it is it's a tactical urbanism approach. What that means is we use cheap, affordable, light, quick approaches to build something and test them on site so that we can learn lessons and apply that to a larger design and larger plan for the corridor in the future.
I've had the pleasure of working on community-based projects all over Lexington and the state, and I can tell you that this project in particular is really special for a couple reasons. One, the community partners have been just really wonderful, as well as the city, and that's not always the case. And it's been a real joy to work with everyone that's been collaborating on this project, and I think it's, as we've seen over the last couple years, been a great success. So building on that, a lot of this has to do with the people that are involved. The Southland community, its business owners, the community leaders, and the neighborhood association in particular, I see Hillary here today, have been just great partners, great advocates for the students, and allowed the students to really flex their creative muscles and do things like we see out here today.
As it all started with the design competition, never honestly thought that my design would make it necessarily this far, and as it did, then I started to think maybe I bit off more than I could chew, because there was construction, there was a deadline, there was a budget, and we're pretty close in hitting all those things. But working with Southland Drive in the community, I loved every experience of it. I guess just working with it and designing not designing, but implementing the space. Every day, every minute that I was out here, there was at least 10, 15 cars that would stop by and say, "Hey, what you doing?" And I'll explain it to them, and everyone just had a joy and love for Southland Drive and giving back to the community. So as I just wanted to help make a difference and help utilize and engage and connect the Southland Drive corridor, it's just something that I want to help, go towards to help make this a more vibrant community as it is. But also, working through this project, I want to thank a lot of the people that had a hand in it, including my professors, Brandi, people that I worked with, a lot of donations. They helped make this possible, and also along with my friends and girlfriend that helped me put in some long hours on making this possible. So thank you.
On behalf of the Community Foundation and the Knight Foundation, we're really excited to be funding partners in this endeavor. At Bluegrass Community Foundation, we want all the communities we serve, and we're located right here in Lexington, to be the most generous, vibrant, and engaged places they can be. And this strikes right at the heart of having vibrant, engaged neighborhoods. We're really excited anytime that we can invest in something that helps create a more people-centered city or a people-centered community or neighborhood, and that's exactly what this project does. We love looking at things that make our community more livable, more walkable, and more bikeable, and that give people places to meet and gather and be engaged with one another. So this is a perfect project for our kind of investment. Again, we thank all the partners for making this possible and for your wonderful design, and all the students that did such amazing work. So we're all in it for good together, and we're excited about this project and what it can mean for permanent changes to the corridor and the community as a whole. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to partner to make Lexington the very best place it can be.
And one of the highlights of this one being the Music Lounge is Southland's Drive is known for being a music-centered area. And so it's neat to capitalize on kind of the branding of what Southland already is with the Music Lounge. It kind of does both. So we're very excited about it. And despite the rain, we're still going to go out and cut a ribbon because it's too pretty not to. And we're really excited about it.
Okay. Somebody count.
1, 2, 3.
Yay! Very good. Oh yeah.